Alrighty, hey, welcome to yet another book haul. I recently went online to either buy a few books or also my birthday's coming up. So my wife took me to my favorite bookstore and she was like, hey, here, go crazy. So I got a few books. And starting with books, I got Dominion. I just really like. I think this is a vampire book. I'm not really sure, but I've heard pretty good stuff about it. Only thing I hate is the smudging of the stickers. Also, I kind of already had this, but the Scream. Again, I already had this, but there was one thing that was missing, and I finally. I don't want to rip it. Finally got it. Is it had a poster in the book, and I finally got a copy that has the poster. So I'm probably just gonna keep this as is, and I think I'm going to read my other copy, which does not have the poster. See, that's where the poster was, and it got tore out. So poster's definitely staying in that. After that, we have Suffer the Children. I've heard this is a really good John Saul book. I actually think I'm currently reading a John Saul book, which is The God Project. So, yeah, there's that. And then kicking off the Step Back art. This, I believe, is in Paperbacks from Hell, but this is Hobgoblin. And, of course, the Step Back art, which is amazing if you can see it. That's legitimately some of the best step back art I've ever seen. And continuing with step back art, we have The Crooked Tree, or just Crooked Tree. This is probably one of the most talked about step back arts, and that is because it's weird. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a weird read, and I like weird reads. And the only hardback of this whole haul, I don't get hardbacks usually, but Valentine. I have the third book, and I forgot what it was called, but it's in paperback, so that's gonna really bother me. But yeah, a Valentine. I'm only missing the first book, which I think is called Vampire Junction. So yeah. Then after that we have Cold Shocks. I think this is a anthology book just about crimes and horror stories in the winter. So this is going to be a great a winter read for sure. And after that we have The Black Mariah. Never heard of it. Only reason I got it is because it mentions my home state of Tennessee. So I'm like, hey, Tennessee, I'm gonna get it. I think it's about a lady who's being chased by a truck driver. So that's fun. And this, I really like this cover. I didn't realize this, but this is the same guy who wrote The Curfew. And I haven't read it, but these books are long, man. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but this is damn near a brick. Like, it's pretty good size. But yeah, look at that. I really like that cover. And another really cool cover. Hopefully the camera can pick it up. Okay, yeah, it's like blue, like red in the middle, and that's just a really cool cover. Thunder Rise. Almost sounds like a war book or something. And then this is in kind of rough shape, but I'm glad to have it because everyone says it's so good, and it is Burnt Offerings. Again, I started to collect paperbacks from Hell, and this was definitely on the list. So yeah, and the pages, yeah, I love the colored pages. And speaking of paperbacks from hell, there's also Moonchild. It's a alright cover. I think this might also, yeah, this also has colored pages, so that's cool. I love stuff like that. And then another one that I'm pretty excited to have, and it is Deliver Us from Evil. This cover is always compared to another vampire book. I forgot what it was, but there's another vampire book that has almost the same exact cover. And after that, I don't know why, but one of my favorite subgenres of horror is like the, not haunted house, but like true haunted house stories. So I think this is like my third one. This is probably my least favorite cover, but again, I just find the like haunted house stories entertaining to read. I think this even has one like on the Winchester Mansion, so just stuff like that. And one that I don't want to pronounce because I don't know how to. This one. This cover reminds me of like old Goosebumps covers. What's his name? Tim Jacobus or Jim Jacobus? Something like that, but this is very reminiscent of that. I don't know if he did the cover or not, but really, really nice cover. I really like that one. And after that, I think the rest of these, oh no. Anyways, another vampire book. I don't know, I just saw it, and I guess I'm just going on a vampire craze lately, but I just saw Aztec and vampire. I think it's Aztec anyways, but like Aztec and vampires, and I'm like, why not? And this is like very reminiscent of, like, for me anyways, this reminds me of Rocky Horror Picture Show, I guess because like the big prominent lips. I just saw this and I thought it was really cool. A really cool cover. So, yeah, Blood Rites. After that, we have another John Saul book, which sounds kind of interesting. And it is Second Child. That's a pretty cool cover. So, yeah, there's that. And the last two books, the first one, Evil Dreams. I really love that skull right there. It's pretty cool. And of course it's highlighted on the back. So yeah, this seems like it'll be a fun read. Evil Tree read. And this one, for the last book, might be a little hard to make out because the covers, there's a lot going on, but I definitely plan to read this soon. And it is Moonwalker. I'm gonna try to get it in the light because it's embossed, kind of. So, like it's I guess like a zombie book, but there's a face. I think there's one over here somewhere. Here's one. I think there's one over here. So yeah, really cool cover. I love a good zebra cover, man. Love a good zebra cover. So, yeah, that's this book haul. I definitely will have at least one more coming pretty soon, I think. So, yeah, just keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you later. Bye.